Welcome to the second video, getting you a little jump start on rhythm, or a reminder, depending on what you need. Last time we went over beat, also known as the heartbeat in music. That's the thing that stays very constant. We also talked about rhythm, which is spelled very oddly, but yes, it is R-H-Y-T-H-M. And that is our notes as they get longer, like this. Happy birthday to you. You can't see it super well because I messed up on that. Happy birthday to you. And those last two are longer. I just ran out of room. So our notes can get longer and shorter in rhythm. We also talked about measures and how they organize music. Measures, also known as bars, which are separated by measure lines or bar lines, like these ones I'm drawing right here. And your final measure line or bar line is a little bit different looking. There's two of them, and the second one is thicker. You have your time signature or meter at the top. The top number is the only one we're concerned about, and it tells us how many beats are in a measure. Lastly, as a reminder, you have your tempo. Your tempo tells you how fast your beats are going. So a faster tempo means a faster beat, which will be indicated by a higher number. Slower tempo means slower beat. Okay, so now finally to get on to our types of notes. Here are the first two I'll be introducing in this video. Are simply these ones. This kind of note takes one beat. All of our notes are thieves. Our time signature gives us beats, and the notes take them away. So right now we have 2 beats in every measure. And this little guy only steals 1 beat. This guy steals 2 beats. So if I draw 2 of the 1 beat stealers in here, then this one is going to steal the very first beat it can. It's going to steal beat 1. Then this one's going to steal beat 2. Whereas if I draw one of these guys, he's a greedy one. He takes 2 beats. So he's going to take beat 1 and beat 2. So this rhythm would sound like 1, 2, 1, 2. These ones are pretty simple, so I'm going to keep moving, and we'll come back to that with a new time signature and a new rhythm in just a second. Like I said, you can have just about, or I may not have said, but so you know, you can have just about any number of beats in a measure. You're usually going to have somewhere between 2 and 6 or 7. But you can theoretically have more or less than that. Our most common number of beats to have in a measure is 4. 4/4 is our most common time signature. It's our most common meter, to the point where instead of writing 4/4, I could just write C for common, and then musicians will know, oh, it's the common time signature, it's 4/4. There's 4 beats in a measure. I get that right away. So in 4/4, we have 4 beats. Which means with these little 1 beat stealing thieves, I can fit 4 of them in a measure. This means that every single one of these takes 1/4 of the measure, right? Or, in other words, 1/4 of a measure. These notes are called quarter notes. That was supposed to be a 1/4 symbol. There you go. That's a quarter note. Whereas these guys, right over here, take how many beats again? They take 2 beats each. These guys can only take 1 beat. They don't have hands for more. They don't have enough room. These guys are hollow. They can take more there. This one is going to take 2 beats, so it's going to take beats 1 and 2. And this one's going to take beats 3 and 4. So each of these takes half of the measure. Therefore, these notes are going to be called half notes. Voila! So here's how you would clap and count this example. 1, 2, ready, here I go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice that I only clapped once for each note, and if a note took more than 1 beat, I held on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. So I could mix these up. I don't just have to have one kind of note in each measure. Let's do 2 more example measures before we add in a new type of rhythm. And here's how we'll do that. Let's do it both ways, just like this. So this one's going to steal 2 beats. It's going to steal the first 2 beats it can, the first 2 that come along. So it's going to steal 1 and 2. I'm going to start grouping them together like this instead of circling them. 1 and 2 are already taken, so this little fella can only take beat 3. He only takes 1 beat, and that beat is number 3. This one can also only take 1 beat. 1, 2, and 3 are taken, so he's going to take 4. Now we're back in a new measure, so we start back over at 1. This one takes 1. This one takes 2. This is a greedy guy. He takes 3 and 4. Let's try clapping and counting this middle line. 1, 2, ready, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that one more time, and I'm simply going to tap along so you can follow along. Ready, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I hope that helps a little bit. Okay, let's add in one more type of note, and then we will move right along to the next video. I will likely only post these first 2 to start, but I can post more for you starting on Monday. So, we're going to add in one more kind of note. We already have this little guy, who's called a quarter note, and he takes 1 beat. We also have this guy, let me separate those out, who takes 2 beats and is called a half note, because in 4/4, our most common time signature, this one takes a quarter of the measure, this one takes a half of the measure. Now we can also have another type of note. We have so many, but I'll just show you one more right now. That one is, oddly enough, our simplest note and also our longest one so far. It's just a circle. It looks like a half note, but it's missing its line. This one is a whole note. How many beats are in a 4/4 measure? There are 4 beats in a 4/4 measure, and so if this guy takes the entire measure, he's going to take 4 beats. So let's give you a quick example of that right here. In 4/4. So we could have a half note, and then we could have 2 quarter notes, and that would take up this measure. This would take 1, 2. This would take 3. This would take 4. But then if I put this one in a measure, he takes the entire thing. This is a very greedy thief. He takes 4 beats. He's going to take 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this example would sound like this. 1, 2, ready, here I go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll try that with clapping. Ready, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, I apologize for the fuzziness. I really wish I had a way to fix it, but unfortunately it won't let me make it stop. Okay, so I hope you feel pretty solid with both quarter notes, half notes, and whole notes. Just to test yourself, here's one last example, and this time we're going to use a weird meter, kind of weird meter or time signature. We'll do 2 measures again. 5/4, how many beats in a measure? 5 beats in a measure. Pay attention to that top note. So, in this type of measure, we could have a half note, and then we could have a quarter note, and we've taken up 1, 2 beats, and 3. And then we could do another half note to take up beats 4 and 5. Now if I put a whole note in here, we're not in 4/4. This one's not going to take the whole measure. It's just going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have 1 beat left. So I'll add in another quarter note to take beat number 5. Try this example with me. 1, 2, 3, ready, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One last time with me pointing along with the notes. 1, 2, 3, ready, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hope you feel solid on eighth notes, half notes, and whole notes. Let me know as always if you have any questions. And I shall see you either in the next class or in the next video. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day.